Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj's I Am That. And today we will be looking at Chapter 9, just the ending of Chapter 9, actually. So the question is, in what kind of world do you live? Maharaj says, my world is just like yours. I see, I hear, I feel, I think. I speak and act in a world I perceive, just like you. But with you, it is all. With me, it is nothing. Knowing the world to be a part of myself, I pay it no more attention than you pay to the food you have eaten. While being prepared and eaten, the food is separate from you, and your mind is on it. Once swallowed, you become totally unconscious of it. I have eaten up the world, and I need not think of it anymore. Powerful words from Nisargadatta. I have eaten up the world. I have consumed the world, and I need not think of it anymore. Don't you become completely irresponsible? How could I? How can I hurt something which is one with me? How can I hurt something which is one with me? On the contrary, without thinking of the world, whatever I do will be of benefit to it. Just as the body sets itself right unconsciously, so I am ceaselessly active in setting the world right. Nevertheless, you are aware of the immense suffering of the world? Of course I am, much more than you are. Then what do you do? I look at it through the eyes of God, and I find that all is well. How can you say that all is well? Look at the wars, the exploitation, the cruel strife between the citizen and the state. All these sufferings are man-made, and it is within man's power to put an end to them. God helps by facing man with the results of his actions and demanding that the balance should be restored. Karma is the law that works for righteousness. It is the healing hand of God. Om. Om. I'm so deeply touched by these words today. I'm touched in my heart. Look at the wars, the exploitation, the cruel strife between citizen and state. All these sufferings are man-made. All these sufferings are man-made. And it is within man's power to put an end to them. God helps by facing man with the results of his actions and demanding that the balance should be restored. Karma is the law that works for righteousness. It is the healing hand of God. Karma is the healing hand of God. Karma is the healing hand of God. So good. How can I hurt something which is one with me? How can I hurt something which is one with me? On the contrary, without even thinking of the world, whatever I do will be of benefit to the world. Just as the body sets itself right unconsciously, so I am ceaselessly active in setting the world right. Just like the body is always at the same temperature when it's healthy, just as the body is setting itself right, just as the planet Earth is the exact distance from the sun it needs to be in order to function and be what it is, there is a divine perfection. There is a divine perfection. And all of the beautiful sages and saints who have come before us, and we are lucky that some of them are on the planet now, they are helping to restore the balance and the harmony. So many of the problems are man-made. It's up to us to choose love, to be love, to give love, to serve with love, and to help set the world right. To find that balance, that perfect balance, that divine balance of giving and receiving, the middle way. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be at peace. May all beings wake up to their true eternal nature. Self-realization is the highest thing that you can do. Because when you go beyond the world, when you no longer need the world, then you can truly help the world. Then you're no longer acting from a place of selfishness or self-centeredness. Realizing there is no self, allowing the self to dissolve in love, we are able to be available to the world, to respond to the suffering of the world. The person, the questioner here says, doesn't it make you irresponsible or something like that? Yeah, don't you become completely irresponsible? People feel that people who are consumed in the self, that somehow they're oblivious of all the suffering in the world. And he says, no. In fact, I am aware of it more than you are. I think it's in the Tao Te Ching. It says something, the wise man, he doesn't leave his home, and yet he knows everything that's happening in the world. I don't think this is literal. It's not that he can see all the actions, but he knows. He knows the human being, the human mind. He understands all of the pain and the suffering that exists. Just as the Buddha came to see the suffering that exists, that the body gets sick, that the body gets old, that the body dies, that the body has so many needs. So all of us, if we just take a moment to open ourselves to the suffering of the world and to share in that suffering, not that we have to suffer or that we have to look for suffering. We're just being open to the suffering of the world. Christians actually are very good at this in terms of sharing the suffering of Christ, sharing the suffering of humanity. I think we all know by now the statistics, the numbers of all of the things, the problems wrong in the world today. It's not that we want to dwell on them. It's really about being open to the truth of everything that's happening right now, all of the good and all of the bad, all of the wonderful things that are happening in humanity, all of the good acts and all of the love, and all of the heinous crimes, the hurtful violence. To be able to see it all, to understand the human mind. Why do humans do this? It might sound like an oversimplification, but it's because they are in separation, consciousness. Nisargadatta says, how could I hurt the world, humanity, anything here in my consciousness when I know, when I realize, when I see, when my reality is that this is all myself. The world is full of myself. I don't see other. There's no I and other. There's no I for Nisargadatta and no other. There's just Parabrahman, the absolute supreme reality. I feel this teaching that he's offering us today is really about being in your heart, living from your heart. So I don't think I'll say much more. Definitely don't want to be in my head, in the intellect or concepts. This is about the heart. This is about the oneness of humanity and how every human being, how we are all so very similar and also beautifully, uniquely different. But again, most of us are dealing with the same issues. The body wants to survive. It wants to be fed. It wants clean water, healthy food, shelter from the elements, clothing. And the human heart wants to be loved. There are many challenges and obstacles in life. And love is the only sane and appropriate response to the suffering. What else can we do? What else is needed but love, compassion, mercy, forgiveness? In this world of violence and darkness, love is the only rational act. Prema, divine love. So let us just spend a couple moments before we end here, just focusing in the heart, focusing on love and compassion, not forcing the heart, just allowing whatever love is present in this moment to be there, allowing the planet to float in your heart. No fear or anxiety here, nothing to fear. Pain arises and we welcome it in the space of unconditional love, allowing everything to appear and disappear, allowing the universe to float in your heart, sending love to the universe, sending love to humanity, sending love and compassion to all the animals and trees, all of Mother Nature, to oneness, oneness sending love to oneness, God loving God, consciousness loving consciousness. There's only one thing here, the pure being of Parabrahman, the absolute supreme reality, flooding this moment with love and good wishes. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be at peace. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Be gentle with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Prema Swarupa. You are an embodiment of love. Allow every cell and fiber of your being to be filled with love, truth, intelligence, wisdom, compassion, and the beauty of the absolute. And just allow it to spread and to expand, filling the universe with your love. Imagine all 7 billion people on this planet. Imagine them just sitting for 20 minutes and just sending love to one another. Nisargadatta says most or all of these problems are man-made. And it is up to us, it's up to you and me, humanity, to be the change we wish to see in the world, to be the love, to be the peace, just to be. Just being what we cannot not be. Om. Om. Allowing your energy to be lifted, to be transformed, to be enlightened, allowing more light into your system, more love, and just letting that float and expand to all sentient beings everywhere. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be at peace. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much, Nisargadatta. Thank you for your words. Thank you for your wisdom. And thank all of you for spending virtual time with me. Have a wonderful day. Peace, blessings, and love.